go to the skipper, Kendall Katawaki Fleming. Just a lovely extension of the arms, width on offer, cashes in.
Short and wide. Just went under the ball and cut it over the point feeder. This is a very good shot by Kendall Fleming. First boundary for him. And talk about Rahman, he comes in with an intent. This is not a good line and length by Nandanyada. He has to come to the stumps.
Bit surprised he was kept on after that first over. Fleming looks to cash in by coming down the track. I thought maybe another over of Irene with Fleming on strike in the fifth. It could have been a good option. Hold back Yadav, who obviously has great death skills. No Karen KC again today for Nepal. Did you find that a surprise?
No, actually, I found that a surprise the last game when Nepal played Kuwait, but Nepal winning the game against Kuwait, they wanted to go with the winning team. That always happens with the team.
Yeah, particularly with a day off. Maybe if it was back-to-back games, they might have kind of rotated Kami and KC or Yadav and KC. Jad, of course, another fast bowling option. Hasn't bowled much of late, bowled very infrequently. If you are wondering about it'll be interesting to see as to how they play out, because the way in which they've already been allocated, you can check this out on the ICC website or the Wikipedia page after the news, quite nicely laid out. We'll see, depending upon the result of this match, it will dictate the fixture. So we now know that the UAE are kind of seed 1 in Group A, and we know that Qatar are seed 2 from Group A. In Group B, if Nepal were to win this, they will be the seed 1. If that was the case, that one just floods into the top of the pad probably, but if that was the case and Nepal went on to win this, they would play on Sunday afternoon. They would then play on Monday evening. All the teams have a rest day. They then play on Wednesday evening under the floodlights, and then they would also play their final game on Friday afternoon. Friday is the final day of the competition, probably with flights coming in and out. Actually, it's the only day where we have a morning and afternoon game only. So, all getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but as the musical instruments rattle here around us, the crowd getting louder and louder. That's what the sides have to look forward to.
That was hit straight down the ground by Kendall. The ball rolling towards the boundary. This over has been good for Japan. 2 boundaries in this over. And then the other a bit expensive.
Strange shot, wasn't it? Sort of dragged it straight.
Finally starting that side hustle in 2025, whether it's drop shipping, launching your online brand.
Well, it's always easier to get rid of the nerves when you field first, because you're all out there together. A day as big as this for Japanese cricket. Big appeal, and given not out. After a long think, it's hit something. Yadav was almost celeb appealing. Kendall Fleming waiting for over to be called before walking down to his partner. Definitely carried through very cleanly to Asif Sheikh. Ambassador Rahman Mukul asked to calm down. Yeah, they will have hit the trouser, the back of the thigh pad. Looked like a good decision to me.
It can be the flap of the pad as well. The ball stayed a bit low. He tried to pull the ball. It was back of the length. Nandan Yadav showing dissent there. You shouldn't do that. That is why the leg umpire.
Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
Wicket जस्तो लाग्छ त गाइड यार के हो विकेट होइन भन्दाखेरि चेक हुन्छ होला स्क्रिनमा त्यो ओरिजिनल चाहिँ यो कान्तिको म्याक्समा लाग्दैरहेको है गाइड अनि ओरिजिनल हेर्न मन छ भने कान्ति म्याक्समा गएर हेर्दा पनि भयो मैले चाहिँ अब सबैजनालाई त्यो साथीहरूलाई देखाइदिउँ न लाइभ के फरक पर्छ त भनेर सबैजनालाई हो त्यहाँनिर उडेको पनि मतलब छैन.
Important over this one always, the 6th and final of the power play.
It is, and it's good that Nepal has defended Singhari to bowl this 6th over, the last one of the power play.
Very sweet, no contact made at all. For those who want to faced Penderson Ari before. He's an unorthodox bowler who can be tricky to get away because he's so flat through the air.
He's flat and he gets that drift away from the right hand and he gets the drift
तपाईँले
into
युट्युबमा
the right
गएर
hand as
कान्तिपुर
well.
म्याक्स एचडी हेर्नु त्यसबाट लाइटहरूले मिल्छ सिधै लाइट त्यहाँ देखाइरहेको छ
Round the wicket now and looks to exploit the offside. Shamala will have to hair after that one. Two more to the total. The other thing is he's quite short in stature, so his release point, which can be a reasonably round arm at times, it means you're not going to get a lot of bounce. And he's a very clever bowler. He watches the batter intently before he releases it. Always an important over this sixth. I need a boundary or two. Those boundaries just don't look like they're coming.
No, he has to do something different, Rahman.
अब
That's what he
उता
did
चलेको
last
छैन
week
भने
when
तपाईँले
David
एकछिन
said,
हेरेर
try to play
हेरिदिनु
over
हेरेर
the offside.
नेपालमा
All the
आएर
fielders are inside the circle in the offside.
Looks for the boundary, but a good piece of fielding. Gulshan Jazz fielding, well, the Unity Cup against the West Indies, it was sensational. And he has significantly enhanced his third string. Batting, bowling all round. Super work, 3 runs out.
Gulshan Jazz has improved his fielding a lot. Even his batting, he was first bowling all-rounder.
That's a bit more like it, and that's the intent that Japan need, and it'll be the skipper who hits the third boundary of the innings, his third too, to round out Bender Singh Ari's second over. He's got none for 10. The power play, well, Japan coming back into it. They're at 31 for 1.
Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
long grain basmati rice को 20 kg को पैकेट को खरीदमा पाउनुहोस् क्याशब्याक तुरुन्तै आफ्नो
There was a fearlessness to their batting that we haven't quite seen it today.
No, that is why I say they were very tentative to start off. Both the openers, they were tentative. That is why the run-out was created.
There was this man yesterday, Sam Rahman with 64 after 39 balls. Gives it a really good tap. He's in good form in the warm-ups too. Sandeep Lamachani comes into the attack, and you'd imagine his 4 overs against a side who won't have played against him unless somebody, I think actually this man Rahman who played in the top end T20 from the Northern Territory side, I think he might have. So maybe, if memory serves correctly, he got out for a low score, so maybe he's the only one that single down the ground who's actually faced any of these Nepal bowlers before. It's going to be the X factor here, and I like the move from Rob Penn. We get the slip in place.
There's a slip in place, a short third, deep point, and short extra, and long off. On the off starts with a googly to the left-hander, nicely picked up and played it late towards the boundary.
Very well read, yeah. For Isam Rahman, born in Kyushu, one of the so many cities in Japan. Both of his Bangladeshi origin parents were studying in Japan at the time. The reverse sweep comes out, hits the pad, but I think probably a little bit too far down, maybe a bit too much bounce. Signal will be interesting. He's given his leg by, so no bat involved, but Shiju Sam couldn't be talked in or convinced that that was going to go on and hit the stumps.
I think it was struck outside the line of off stump. That was a leg spinner, not a googly.
I think in addition to that, you're right. Probably going on to miss the off stump alongside it, so not a lot going for that appeal. Chad is the headband on today. Goes with that googly. I think that's pitched outside leg. Amajani interested, but you've got to get it to pitch in line. Turn it as far as he does. It's difficult against a left-hander over the wicket.
Very good decision again by the umpire. That was definitely pitching outside the leg stump.
Yeah, for me, it's a more attacking option to come around the wicket as a leg spinner to the left-hander. It also then brings that LB to more likelihood. Another googly, sticking with the googly to the left-hander. See the mystery and the magic from Lamachani.
He might slip in a leg spinner. This very delivery. 3 googlies to the left-hander.
Could be the setup. 2 consecutive, 3 in total in this over to Fleming. It's another wrong one out of the back of the hand, so it goes with 4 on the bounce. Good first over from Ramachani, only 3 off the bat from him. 35 for 1.
ज्ञान एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग रेंज बासमती राइस को 20 केजी को पैक
अब चाहिँ एक लट सबैले सब्सक्राइब हानिदिनु न गाइज है त मैले अहिलेसम्म भनेकै छैन है त्यही भएर एक लट सबैले सब्सक्राइब चाहिँ हानिदिनु है त गाइज त्यस्तो विज्ञापन आएको बेला तपाईँहरूले सब्सक्राइब गर्नुभयो भने अब मलाई पनि सजिलो हुन्छ नि त त्यही भएर सबैले सब्सक्राइब चाहिँ हानिदिनु है त
पुस्तो पुस्तालाई मायाले जोड्ने जिन्दगीलाई अर्डिनेरीबाट एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनेरी बनाउने सधैँ KFC.
Nice atmosphere out there. The Nepal fans braving the heat and enjoying in their home away from home. The action here in Muscat. There's a big minibus that arrived with a whole host of the Nepal fans. They have the, what do they call them again? The NRNA, don't they? The Nepali Non-Residents Associations with chapters all over the world. I'm sure there's one here in Muscat, and I think there's been some organisation going on behind the scenes to get the fans here. As Lalit Rajbanshi comes into the attack. He's immediately swept very effectively. Going to be just 1 bounce and go for 4. Sandeep Jura has a really good effort at it, but I think he was probably more trying to stop the 4 rather than affect the catch.
Nicely swept that on his knees, trying to go for the catch. Jura couldn't get to it. Brilliant effort by a very good fielder.
Yeah, I think it was even if he gets a hand to that, it's going to be a miracle to hold it in. Might have been able to just kind of parry it down and save the 4. Good, powerful slog sweep. There's the matchup, which is a good one for Japan. Left-handed batter taking on the left-arm spinner. Starts well. You haven't learned the lesson from one of the defenders in Ireland.
This was straight to his hand.
Yeah, that time, not even a consideration. Rightly so. Flatter. You can see that Rajbanchi's doing everything he can just to keep it away from the leg side. They prefer bowling to the right-hander now. The field will change significantly. Very well drilled, Nepal, aren't they? You see, they don't even really need to hear a shake from the captain or the bowler. They know where they need to be, despite the left-hand, right-hand combo.
अब हाम्रो विकेट चाहियो ब्रो विकेट चाहियो अब है विकेट ल च्यान्डीले गर्छ कि
Of all the players, another quick single.
Couldn't quite do his best Irie impersonation with the run out off his own bowling. I hope he doesn't mind me saying it's one of the weaker fielders to the side, Rajbanchi, but he made a really good effort at this. It would have been tight, really, really tight direct hit. Might have stayed in the batter's favour because we don't have the third umpire for line decisions to check upstairs. Very, very close call there. Fielding. Fleming had to go through the offside. Absolute game of cat and mouse we're witnessing between the 2 left-handers.
7 runs of this over so far. Only 5 balls has been bowled. Rahman is doing a good thing as he's giving the strike to Fleming, the left-hander, against the left-arm spinner.
Sweep, gets a crease, and is going to get the first maximum. In fact, yeah, the arms will be extended. Very bright here, so difficult for us to pick it up as well. The fielder just watched it soar over his head. Rahman's at it again.
There was no hint of a turn. The ball went straight into the right-hander. Good pickup shot, slog sweep over mid-wicket for a 6. After 8 overs, Japan.
फोन नहान्नु न म यहाँ लाइभ देखाइरहेको छु क्या लाइभ देखाइरहेको छु फोन हाने हाने गर्नुहुन्छ नि रिस उठ्छ
लक्ष्य हाने एनर्जी 8 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बल
मेरो मलाई फोन नगर्नु के यो नानीबाट फोन गरेर म मेरोबाट लाइभ देखाइरहेको छु फोन हाने हाने गर्नुहुन्छ अनि अहिले त राख्नै बिर्सेँ मैले
Cannot give that out. And Sandy Flamiciani, he needs to learn that, Paresh, because that's pitched so far outside the lane. Stump, you're almost kind of doing yourself more damage by for this one.
He's intimidating the umpire, Sandeep Lamachani. That was pitched way outside the leg stump.
Bit of the boy who cried wolf, though, as well, because if you keep appealing, it's just going to end up then, as soon as you get one plumb, the umpire will end up turning it down.